Say yes to new beginnings.
Yes.
Say yes to new standards of excellence.
Yes.
Say yes to engaging reportage with a difference.
Yes.
Introducing Yes International Magazine.
Yes. So when did it dawn on you to move away from being a model to becoming a designer?
I studied art, so I used to draw a lot, and then my mom actually influenced me when it came to designing, because my mom, she doesn't go to work on Saturdays and Sundays, and then she gets these patterns, and she used to get me and my siblings involved in following the patterns, tracing out. I started getting used to liking what we were doing with my siblings and my mom, and I got introduced to catalogs, Vogue and the rest of them quite early when I was still in primary school. So I was fascinated by the outcome of what we do. So I have been introduced to fashion quite early. So when I got involved with modeling, I started working with designers, and I started introducing my ideas, the little things that I used to know about fashion. And they really got fascinated, like, oh, you know something about it? And I said, yes. So they encouraged me a lot. And before the show, some of the designers get me involved with some of their creations, what we the modeling. And I threw in a few ideas, and they bought them, and they get me used to working with their tailors, and the factory. So I just then realized I can make small change from this. So by the time, so when I was modeling, I was making money as an illustrator, fashion illustrator, and then also helping backstage. I mean, in the factory with the tailors and the designers, and also making money as a model. So it worked out well.
Okay.
So by the time I
Oh,
finished all this, it was easy for me to say, okay, let me keep myself busy doing this. However, I never knew I could I could go straight into designing until I worked with Princess International. That's Fred Ajudo's wife.
okay.
When she did the designer of the year, Chic Afrique designer of the year, and then she got me to work with her for all the collections because I used to model for her. And then I worked with her on the collections. And then she got admission to go and do her master's in Port Harcourt. And she proposed to me to handle her workshop, her business for that 1 year. And apparently at that time I was also doing my youth service. So when she left, I was now, into the groove. So I worked with tailors for about 1 year, and I knew what it was like to handle customers and all that, make sketches and bring the designs from scratch to reality, on my own with my team of tailors and bidders. And I said, okay, so I could do this. However, by the time she came back and I left the business, I didn't want to do it again because it was a bit stressful for me at that age, even though I liked it, but it was too much. I want to go into my visual artistry. That's what I studied, and that's what I wanted to do. However, her customers came looking for me everywhere, and they found where I was living. And then the lady came in and said, Frank, why did you disappear? I said, I didn't disappear, my job was done. And I said, okay, I have this Ghana must go bag of fabrics. I've been looking for you. Here are the fabrics. And I said, I don't have tailor. I'm not. All the tailors are for princess. So, she said, I don't care what you do. Here is my bag of fabrics, and here is 50,000 naira deposit. As far back as then. I don't care how you put them together. I just put them together for me. And then she left. And my brother said, you are standing there looking at money and looking at it. This is money. You don't know what to do with this and turn it around. After that day, I had to go in search of tailors. I started looking for tailors. And I started working in one of the rooms in my apartment then. So she was my very first client. It was the same lady that I made my first wedding gown for. And ever since then, a few months down the line, it was Designer of the Year competition with Silverbird, Intercontinental Designer of the Year competition. And people were encouraging me to enter for it, enter for it. Most of, especially this woman as well, said, "No, you can do well." And I competed playfully, and I won. And after that winning, I never looked back. It was just
This your first customer. Would you
yeah.
like to share her name with us? Now, what year exactly did you start Bruno Crazioni, and how would you describe the journey so far?
I started in 1989. I won Designer of the Year 1989, and that was the same year I started. Um, the journey has been ups and downs, but mostly ups than downs. You understand, in the sense that I mean, I have traveled all over the world as a designer. I'm recognized as a designer, and I think people respect me for what I have put in as a designer in this country and all over the world. It also got me to work with prominent people like the Miss World, Agbani Darego, and other beauty queens and socialites and first ladies. So it's been more ups than downs. The only factors that I would say like major problems, uh, like electricity issues, and getting to train your tailors all the time, and the ability to I mean have access to some of the things that we work with as designers. You know, our trimmings, the best fabrics, because we're really exposed to very bad fabrics here. So we have to travel out a lot of time to get in good fabrics to work with. You know, and of course employing Nigerian youths and tailors who are really not serious about, leaving a footprint and really get serious with business. So these are just the downside of the business. Otherwise, I think it's been I've been very I would say I'm grateful. I'm grateful. I've tried
All
my
right.
best.